Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Joe Bravo. Thank you, Joe, for joining me on Robert Rivas Radio.
Hey, Robert, me da mucho gusto estar contigo. Un gran saludo a todos ustedes de parte de Joe Bravo. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
Tell you what, Joe, it's un placer to have you on my radio show. I tell you what, I've been up and running for about 4 months, and I'm not going to lie to you. I've taken many artists to do interviews, but now I'm on the other side. Now I'm doing the interview, and what better way to get it started with a legend like Joe Bravo. So, Joe, let me ask you this. Where have you been, Joe? Where have you been? You know, what's been going on with Joe Bravo?
Where have I not been? I've been all over the place, Robert. Primeramente, I just got back about 3 weeks ago in California. I was doing a show up there in Visalia, San José y un lado de San Francisco. De ahí me fui para Ogden, Utah. De Ogden, Utah me fui para Colorado. De Colorado I came back to Texas y aquí estoy.
That is simply awesome, and it's nice to know that a person who's been around the music business for the past 50 years and you're still keeping busy.
People, los tejanos, they never forget. They never forget la onda de nosotros. Ahora estoy hablando de Joe Bravo, estoy hablando de Sandy Osuna, estoy hablando de Jimmy Edward, Agustín Ramírez. Whenever we go out there, es porque ellos quieren vernos. They talk to the promoter, when are you going to bring Joe Bravo? When are you going to do this? When are you going to bring this? You know what I mean? And so they get a hold of us, and we're not booked. We get it booked in advance, y vamos para allá.
That is simply awesome. I got to tell you, Joe, I can remember you back in the day when I was DJing at T-Town, and I remember Manny Guerra having an event at T-Town, and it was all the Manny artists, and I remember you performing live and in living color at T-Town, and I got to tell you, at that time, I remember you had a monster hit called Hermosa Mujer.
Oh, my God. That song was written by a good friend of ours, Richard Allen, out of Austin, Texas. Hermosa Mujer became a big hit for me. Hasta la fecha, when I perform, I work a lot with the Grupo Aviso, and Aviso loves for me to sing that song with them. And I do it with them casi donde quiera que voy.
That is, like I said, you know, what an honor it is for me to be interviewing you, Joe. Una cosa también is that right now on Robert Rivas Radio, speaking of Grupo Aviso, I am playing your new single, Pachanga Tejana. You did write the song, ¿verdad?
I wrote Pachanga Tejana. It took me about a month and a half. The song is doing very well. I gave credit to a lot of the artists, Little Joe, Rubén Ramos, Freddie Martinez, DLG, Ram Herrera, Agustín Ramirez, and I finished it off. But it took some time porque when you give credit to these people that have been around the music business, la gente oye algo diferente, you know, in the song. So I had to piece together all the words that I was going to say about them and then play a little bit of the song.
That's what I noticed, and I was thinking to myself, how many artists is this man going to cover? Porque era Ram, you covered, I think, Rubén Ramos también, ¿verdad?
Right.
DLG, and you kept on, and I go, wow, this is simply awesome how he's covering all these artists. I mean, you could go on forever and ever.
Right. I mean, me faltaron todavía unos cuantos. But in the next project that we're working on putting in Jimmy Edward, Asani Osuna, people that I forgot, you know, to put in on Pachanga Tejana.
No doubt. I tell you what, now que estamos hablando de Pachanga Tejana, let's go ahead and play la canción Pachanga Tejana. Now, before I play the song, now you were backed up by Grupo Aviso, ¿no que no?
Right. Grupo Aviso, I do a lot of work with them because, well, Robert Dorantes happens to be my son-in-law. And I'm glad that there comes a band that can back up anybody. You know what I mean? They can back up all these artists that I've mentioned. And I like working with them. We get along very well. And you can play it now.
That's simply awesome. I tell you what, that's right, Joe. And I'm going to go ahead and play right now Pachanga Tejana, Joe Bravo's brand new single featuring Grupo Aviso on Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.
Vamos toditos a celebrar, hoy esta noche vamos toditos a bailar, con mucha música, mucho ambiente y reventón. Somos tejanos como nos gusta el vacilón. Llega un vato muy alineado, le dicen gato, su sombrerito muy exquisito de medio lado. Con su sonrisa siempre contento les va a cantar. Rubén Ramos, el gato negro, los va a gozar. De Corpus Christi llega un hombre que es el don. Ferry Martínez, muy respetado, buen corazón. Una estrellita, su botoncito, mi arbolito. Estas canciones son las que canta con gran pasión. Al tocayo que es Little Joe, trae sus carnales que también cantan con mucho show, trae al Rocky, a San Juanillo, también Tomás, cantan las nubes, cartas marcadas y muchas más. Ahí viene el Guti con muchas plumas en su sombrero. Trae a Gabriel y trae a Vira en la buena pegó. Sangre indio que por sus venas ha de correr. De haber cantado muchos años juntos fue mi placer. Acordeonista que es de Pochi, que por nombre le gritan todos el DLG. Nos trajo a Ram, también a Emilio como al Jay, con su acordeón, bajo sexto y saxofón. Llega el Rambo con muchas rosas para las mujeres, con sus botas y vía grande todas lo quieren, con su sonrisa muy cariñosa, así es el Ram. Es con razón que todos le dicen el Most Wanted Man. A mí me voy a presentar, mis rolas viejas y de las nuevas voy a cantar, pata de conejo, qué casualidad y muchas más. Yo Bravo, su servidor, favor no olvidar, somos amigos, somos tejanos de corazón, de parte nuestra que si disfruten de esta canción. Yo soy Yo Bravo y me despido en esta canción y los espero que me acompañen en un salón. Ya trabajando, ¿quién sabe?
Ahora sí, okay, we're back with Joe Bravo, and wow, I gotta tell you, Joe, I know we've been talking about Pachanga Tejana and the new stuff, but you know that we need to talk about when it all started, Joe. When it all started back in the day. When did you start singing? Whoa.
1959, Robert, I was asked by some schoolmates at Harlandale Junior High School, way back in 1959. They asked me, they would always hear me sing in the hallways, and there was going to be a talent show. And so había muchos gabachos that were going to play, this talent show. I'm going to say Ezequiel Escobedo, Frank Ortega, my little friend Adam, and Richard Reyes wanted a vocalist to headline the band because pues, la raza, los chicanos queríamos, we wanted to be in this talent show. So fine, we started practicing 2-3 songs, and here we go to the talent show. Todos los gabachos, they performed first, and we were the last ones. The last one gets the first prize because we won. We won the talent show, and my God, that's where Joe Bravo started.
I get a kick out of you, Joe, but again, when I take it you're referring to the Anglo people when you said los gabachos, esos gabachos.
Esos gabachos.
I love it. I simply love it. Okay, now let me ask you this, Joe. What was your first hit?
My first hit was cuando entré when Sonny, in 62, when Sonny got out of the Sunglows, Manny Guerra, I was playing at Edgewood Canteen. And Manny Guerra went up. I was performing with my band, Little Joe and the Harlems, and the Sunglows were playing también ahí. And Sonny had just gotten out. Manny asked me if I would like to play with him, be their vocalist. And man, it was a hard decision for me to make because I had to drop the band. I had to drop out of the band to join the Sunglows. Well, I went ahead and did it. My first hit with them was It's Okay.
Oh, my God.
I could not believe that I was doing such a thing like It's Okay.
That song, It's Okay, I'm going to tell you, I don't even know how old I was when it came out, but let me tell you this. Mi jefito, back in the early 80s, he had a little cantina in La Calle Martin Street, and in the jukebox, traía la canción It's Okay, the 45, let me tell you.
Right.
And we used to play the hell out of it, and I was always intrigued by the intro to the song It's Okay, porque the song starts off by you laughing. You're laughing, and you're being nonchalant. And tell me, I tell you what, instead of me explaining it, explain to the listeners la canción It's Okay.
La canción It's Okay, it's about feelings, a feeling that a person has. Like I would say, it's all right. I've been hurt before, and then I would laugh, and burlándome, but deep down inside, I felt that hurt. You feel that hurt when you lose somebody. You feel that hurt, but I was being a macho man, it's all right, no hay pedo, it's not gonna hurt me. And that song became a hit.
I really think, Joe, that a lot of people, a lot of men and women could both relate to that song when you try to be to where, like you're saying, Superman, macho woman, to where, hey, you're not going to hurt me, nothing's going to hurt me.
Right,
but
right.
deep down, the hurt is there. And I think everybody identified with that song. Speaking of that song, I tell you what, Joe, hey, man, I can't think of a better time to play it than right now. ¿No creo?
Dale gas.
Here we go, Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more as in Joe Bravo, and It's Okay. Enjoy.
It's all right. I've been hurt before. It's all right. You don't love me anymore. Maybe someday I'll find a way without you. Who am I kidding? It's okay. Baby, I can sing. It's okay. But will it make you happy? maybe someday I'll find a way without you. Someday, it won't be long. You're gonna find yourself all alone. Won't be long, you'll find yourself alone. It's alright, I've been hurt before. It's alright, you don't love me anymore. Maybe someday
back with Joe Bravo here on Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. And I got to tell you, in this little break that we had, I was telling Joe that we're talking about the song It's Okay. And I'm telling him, you know what, Joe, we were thinking about doing 3 5-minute segments, but even if I go 4 5-minute segments, it's okay. But yo mando, I'm the boss, Joe. And he goes, that's right, Robert, you're the boss. And I go, and I told my wife that. I told her, I'm the boss. And she goes, you mando yourself. And she laughed. She left. What do? I put on the song, It's Okay. That's what it's all about. No que no, Joe.
That's right. That's right.
Anyways, I tell you what, we're here talking to Joe Bravo, and we're going down memory lane right now. So, I tell you what, let's talk about La Canción, your mega hit, Patita de Conejo.
Oh, that was a monster hit for me. I joined Discos and Sarap in 1970. 1971, I recorded, there was this guy from Austin that sent me a cassette of 6 songs that he had, and one of them was Please Call Me Baby, one of them was La Patita de Conejo, one of them was El Zacatito. Well, I recorded I'm sitting by the phone, I'm sitting here alone, Please Call Me Baby. I did that, and then we needed one song, and I recorded La Patita de Conejo. It was something that to me, it was strange, for me to record a song about a rabbit. You know what I mean? But I did it. I went ahead and did it, and I was shocked as hell to know what that song did for me. There were dances at La Patita de Conejo in Houston, and Lubbock, and Amarillo, and El Paso, and San Antonio también. We had dances at La Patita de Conejo.
Okay, and then right after that, a song that's going to live forever. Ever. Qué casualidad.
Oh my God. That was when I joined Freddie Records in 1977. Entré con Freddie Records. And my good friend Carlos Cardenas wrote that song. He came out with a little piece of paper. A little bitty piece of paper with 2 verses. And I said, what is this? He said, look, just sing this song. Apréndela. And I learned it right there in the studio. And I sang it. And my good friend Charlie McBurney, may he rest in peace, did the horn parts for it. And we recorded it just like nothing. It was just a song we were going to throw in there. And that thing became a monster.
Isn't that something how, I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I don't care if it's Tejano, country, disco, rock, whatever, how many times I've heard where they needed one more song to fill an album, and that song ends up being the monster hit of the album.
Hit of the album,
the
right,
one you never
exactly.
expected to be a hit.
Exactly.
The beauty of that. Okay, I tell you what, we talked about some of your songs, and I'm not going to lie to you. I totally forgot about Please Call Me Baby till you brought it up. That was another song, but tell you what, let's move forward. Okay, now let's talk about What happened after? Okay, I think we were going to the 60s there, pretty much. ¿Verdad? ¿Qué
Right, we're
casualidad?
going to the 60s
There,
and 70s.
60s and 70s. Okay.
Right.
Now, let's get to the 90s here a little bit. Let's talk about a song. I'm not going to lie to you. I had, I'm not going to use the word I'd forgotten about you, but you don't hear about an artist for a while, and you just remember him from his classics from the past. All of a sudden, I'm at T-Town, and a lot of the record labels would bring me some of their music for me to play, and they bring me this one CD called Joe Bravo Un Sentimiento,
Oh, yeah.
and they tell me on this CD, this is his brand new release single, and I'm going, Joe Bravo, where has this guy been? ¿Qué le pasó a este guy? I'm looking at it and I go, okay, what's the song? And they go, Hermosa
Hermosa
Mujer.
Mujer, yeah.
Talk to me about Hermosa Mujer.
This is a song written by a good friend of ours, también de por allá de Austin. I think Richard Adler wrote this. This is a song about a guy that hasn't seen this girl in a very long time. And then he gets to meet up with her. And he's all thrilled to death, and she's thrilled to death que se encontraron, like something like qué casualidad. But he's really complimented how beautiful she looks. Y le puso hermosa mujer. Ayer te conocí aquí en la calle y hoy nos encontramos otra vez. Como tengo ganas de abrazarte y decirte lo hermoso que te ves, hermosa mujer.
I don't sing, Joe. You're making me sing, dude. I always tell my listeners, I don't sing. Don't make me sing, because I'm not a singer. But as you're singing, and I want to jump on in and sing the song, Hermosa Mujer. I tell you what, I can't sing it. You can, but that's one thing I can do. I can play it. Let's go ahead and play Hermosa Mujer.
You got it.
Ayer te conocí aquí en la calle y hoy nos encontramos otra vez. Como tengo ganas de acercarme y decirte lo hermoso que te ves, hermosa mujer, tan bella que eres, contigo yo quiero estar, si tú lo quieres, hermosa mujer, te ofrezco mi amor y por conocerte más, muriéndome estoy. Creo que me estoy enamorando. Cada día pienso solo en ti. Solo pienso estar entre tus brazos. Quiero amanecer junto a ti, hermosa mujer, tan bella que eres, contigo yo quiero estar, si tú lo quieres, hermosa mujer, te ofrezco mi amor y por conocerte más, muriéndome estoy.
back here with Joe Bravo on Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and mucho more, as in Joe Bravo, hermosa mujer, mucho more. Joe, I'm very old school, and I know you're even more old school, but let's talk about today's music. I tell you what, let me backtrack here a little bit. Before we get to today's music, I want to get your opinions on a couple of things here, and give it to me straight. That's one thing that I would like to do. I joke around like everybody knows already. I'm always a jokester doing all this stuff, but I have my serious moments just like I'm sure you do too. And sometimes it's good to voice your opinion on things. And I tell everybody's got their opinion. And just because you don't have the same opinion on something, it doesn't mean que se necesita que pelear, tirar chingazos, go kill each other. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, right, Joe?
That's right.
Okay, so let's talk about opinions here. First off, Joe, what is your opinion of La Música Tejano? What's going on today?
Right now, La Música Tejana needs more radio stations to play Tejano music. Right now, there's a lot of public. I know you're in the internet. The internet has done great, with Música Tejana. But a lot of people, like in Dallas, like in Houston, a lot of the areas they used to have Tejano stations. Lubbock, Texas, apenas they got one not too long ago. But there's a lot of cities in Texas that need Tejano radio stations to play Tejano music. But thanks to the internet, a lot of people can go now to the internet and get Tejano music from there.
That is right. And I'll tell you one thing, Joe, and I'm internet, and no doubt I love internet radio, but hey, we also need the land radio stations, the people that have that large antenna on top of the hill.
Right.
The more the merrier. It's good for people to have choices.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
Lo malo con eso is that a lot of people don't have internet, and they need choices.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of, like you're saying, Dallas, Houston, a lot of these larger markets do not carry Tejano music anymore.
Right.
It's simply terrible. Now, let me see here. Let's talk. That tragic day when Selena was killed, everybody always seems to fall back on that, and people say, I remember when that happened. Now, let me ask you, Joe, where were you when Selena was killed?
I had just gotten in from Chicago. I was in Austin. I was coming, listening to the radio from the airport to the house, and I heard something about it, but I really didn't pay that much attention till I got home. When I got home, my wife was there. Y me dijo, have you heard what happened? I said, what do you mean, what happened? Because Selena was shot this afternoon. And so I went to the TV, and sure enough, they were showing, I forgot her name, the one that shot her.
Yolanda Saldivar.
Andale. She was in a truck, a red truck or something. And she was in there. She didn't want to come out, and the cops were surrounded the truck and all this stuff and everything. And then they announced that she had passed away. And, man, that was so very hard. My God, that really hit.
How unfortunate it is to where, like, some of our icons in Tejano music, and I'm talking about our icons from the late 80s, 90s icons, like Selena, like a Joe Lopez and Emilio Nevaida, some of our artists that either have had tragedy, fatal tragedy, or close to fatal tragedy, kind of like what happened to Emilio on the bus.
Right. What happened, or what happened to Joe Lopez, what happened to Emilio, those are things that could have been avoided. These things could have been avoided big time. It shouldn't have happened what happened to Joe Lopez. It shouldn't have happened what happened to Emilio. If there would have been the perfect conscious mind, your people in the right mind, right sense, no fuera pasado nada de esto.
That's right, Joe. No doubt about it. But like I said, life is, you never know what's going to happen. Como dice Forrest Gump, life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's right.
I tell you what, let's get to a lighter side here, Joe. I'm going to ask you some likes and don't likes of Joe Bravo. That way people want to know, okay, Joe, here we go. What kind of beer you like?
I like Bud Light.
There we go, okay. What do you like to watch on a Sunday afternoon?
Football.
Okay, what's your favorite team?
Dallas, of course.
Okay, what's your favorite NBA team?
Hey, the Spurs.
I'm glad you said that, Joe, because I got the eject button aquí mero de volada, vato. Afuera. Okay, I tell you what, where do you like to hang out at when you're here in San Antonio?
When I'm here in San Antonio, I like to hang out everywhere.
Awesome.
Not where I don't like to hang out. I like to hang out everywhere.
Okay.
I like to meet people, you know. There's a lot of people that, because again, they freak out when they see me walk into a bar and they say, hey, what's that quinta ahí? Está Joe Bravo. Hey, I'm your friend. I'm your drinking buddy. I'll have a beer with you. I'll say hello to you. I'll take a picture with you. I'm there for you.
You can say, Joe, and even more so, if you're a nice looking, good looking woman, I'm your puppet.
You're damn right.
Okay, I tell you what, Joe, we're going to go and close out like this. I'm going to close up with this last question, and we're going to make it a fun question. And then right after that, we're going to go into Que Casualidad, your monster hit, okay? But until then, here's my question. Why do they call you El Playboy?
Pues quién sabe.
He said, Joe, I plead the fifth. Look at no, Joe.
That's right. I plead the fifth. Don't ask me no more.
Mr. Joe Bravo, it's been a pleasure interviewing you and having you on Robert Rivas Radio.
Robert, gracias a ti. Gracias a todo el amable público. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. It was nice of me to be here, to sit down in here. Dijo Robert he was going to have the AC on y me estoy quemando aquí con esta suera. Pero como quiera, thank you so much, Robert. I love you guys. And all I'm saying is happy holidays to each and every one of you. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Joe Bravo.
And I got to tell you one more thing, Joe, before I close it, and I already cranked up the AC on Joe. Ahora sí lo voy a cojar. One more thing that we totally forgot to talk about quickly here is that my Robert Rivas Radio Christmas party, December 21st, at Corner Pocket Bar, December 21st, of course, Maldad, and a whole lot of guest stars. But, of course, Joe Bravo will be performing.
I will be there. I'm going to sing a couple of songs for Robert y toda la ganga. So you guys you better come out there and say hello to me. And if you want to take a picture with me, I'll be more than glad to take it with you.
There you go. And he said, Joe, even los gabachos can be there.
Esos gabachos.
There you go, Joe. Thank you for joining me on Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more. Here we go with Que Casualidad.
Qué casualidad que nos encontramos hoy este día. Si vieras ayer noche soñé de ti, que me acariciabas y me despertabas con tus amores. Qué casualidad encontrarnos otra vez. Hace mucho tiempo que no te miro, ¿cómo has estado? Si vieras que venía pensando en ti, ahora aquí estamos, me da tanto gusto, sería el destino. Qué casualidad, qué casualidad. Hace mucho tiempo que no te miro, ¿cómo has estado? Si vieras que yo venía pensando en ti. Ahora aquí estamos, me da tanto gusto, sería el destino. ¡Qué casualidad! ¡Qué casualidad!